You're listening to the ESO Network, your station for all things geek.
Hey there, welcome to episode 184 of the Soul Forge podcast.
Welcome to the Soul Forge, a place of silent mystery, quiet contemplation, and outright mayhem. Join your host, Sean Vanderloo, as he guides you through the adventures of living. Together, we'll talk about life and love, sex and dating, joy and heartache, memories and loss, and so much more. Don't worry, it's not nearly as pretentious as it sounds. Get ready for life, the universe, and everything on the Soul Forge.
Greetings, Soul Forgians. Did you miss me? I sure missed you guys. I'll tell you what. So this is the first episode of 2021, and I took a couple weeks off. The last episode came out December 17th, 2020, and as you're hearing this, it is January 7th, 2021, or maybe you're hearing it a few days after that, weeks after that, or even years after that. But as I'm recording, this is January 3rd, 2021. And I've been thinking for a while, what the heck am I going to talk about for the first episode of the year? Do I want to talk about New Year's resolutions? Do I want to talk about New Year, new me? No, I don't. I don't want to talk about any of that stuff. So I have a few things that I'm going to discuss, but I didn't write any of it down, and it's just going to be a flow of consciousness. First thing I can tell you is that I definitely needed a few weeks off from podcasting. Mind you, I love it, but as I said in the last episode, steady at it since the beginning of last year. 50 weeks in a row of podcasting, no matter what was happening in my life, what was happening in the world. I was podcasting week in and week out because I love it. But maybe I started to suffer from a little bit of burnout. I'm not sure. I know that I have been irrationally angry, not like myself at all actually, and I'm going to blame most of that on work, but I'm also going to blame it on the COVID pandemic, the fact that I didn't return home to Sault Ste. Marie at all in 2020. Just the world was upside down and topsy-turvy. Now, just because the calendar changed and we're in a new year, that doesn't mean anything, and that's something that I found a lot on Facebook in the last little while. Everybody was wishing everybody a happy new year and saying everything's going to be different, but it's not. The world doesn't know that it's a new calendar year, and for other parts of the world, it's not a new year. It's just another day, because the Chinese have a different calendar than we do, and I'm sure other cultures do as well. I didn't look any of that up. I didn't research it, because why would I, right? It's just a flow of consciousness kind of conversation. So, where was I? Today's January 3rd, and today would have been my son's 16th birthday had he survived. As you know from episode 30, all about loss, that was quite the horrific event in my life. And I'm not going to have a morbid conversation with you guys today. I just wanted to acknowledge that is what happened on this day 16 years ago. And if you care to learn more, go listen to episode 30. I don't want to talk about that, though, right now. I'm having an okay day, even though it would have been his sweet 16th birthday. I don't know if boys have sweet 16th birthdays, but anyway, that's beside the point, just for historical context. As I was reviewing different episodes and things like that, I realized that for the most part, the whole reason that I do the Soul Forge podcast, partly I started it because I needed some self-therapy, talk therapy, working through my issues, trying to help other people by talking about things that people don't talk about. But also, it's kind of an archaeological record of life, my life, what goes on in the world for my son, Bishop, who just turned 15 at the beginning of December. So one day, if he cares to, he can look back at this, listen to all the episodes and see where his dad was, listen to his dad's voice and that kind of thing. I kind of wish I had those records from my parents, but they didn't do that, so I don't. But what's this, episode 184? So yeah, that's a lot of episodes. A lot of different things have happened over the last, 3.5 years of the podcast. And of course, if he goes and listens to the 320-ish odd episodes of the Rusted Robot podcast, which started in January of 2014, he can listen to my voice for literally, I don't know, what is that, weeks and weeks. So if each episode of that is about an hour and there's 300, I don't know, that's a lot of listening. Plus all of these episodes. Plus, of course, I don't know if they're available, but if you ever found the Sci-Fi Waffle podcast, which I did with my buddy Paul back in 2015 and 16, I think we did 40 episodes, so there's more of my voice. And of course, as you all know, this past year, Dan and Paul and I started up the Cosmic Pizza podcast. We've got 17 or 18 episodes out so far as of this recording. All of you out there in podcast land, plus my kid, he could listen to all of those episodes and find out what my thoughts were on a wide variety of subjects. Now, speaking of Cosmic Pizza Podcast, as of December, that show joined the ESO network, which I've been a part of since, I believe, around April of 2018. So that's coming up on 3 years as well for being part of the ESO network. So what I'm going to do here is just insert the promo for the Cosmic Pizza podcast, because we just recorded that and Paul edited it up there not too long ago. So here you go.
Here at the Cosmic Pizza Podcast, we make every show from the finest ingredients.
Juicy interviews, fiery film nights, delicious Desert Island DVDs.
And pack it all into a slice of life in every episode.
Order up our specials now from your delivery guys.
Sean from Canada.
Dan from Kent in the UK.
And Paul from near Liverpool in the UK.
Here on the ESO network.
The Cosmic Pizza Podcast.
Serving you a slice of life.
And wasn't that awesome, gang? That is the Cosmic Pizza Podcast. It's a variety of things. It's a slice of life. So many different topics, so many different things to listen to. It's a lot of fun. We enjoy doing it. It comes out every 2 weeks on Wednesdays. So there's no reason not to listen to my takeover of the ESO network, because now I have 3 shows on there, and we are aiming for global domination. Okay, so besides that, how is everybody's Christmas, if you celebrate such a thing? Or Happy Hanukkah, or whatever you guys celebrate out there in podcast land. I would love to hear what you got for Christmas. soulforgepodcast@gmail.com. Now, what did I get for Christmas? Well, I got, and I'm not recording on it actually, but in my hand right now, Julie got me the H4n Pro handy recorder from Zoom. Now, not Zoom from the online thing that everybody's on for meetings and whatever. This is just the Zoom, the brand, who makes recorders. They make all kinds. And I've had my eye on this thing for just over 3 years, and Julie got this for me for Christmas. I still have to figure out how it works. I have to order an accessory pack for it because, surprise of surprises, what comes in the box is just the recorder itself and a carrying case. There's no USB adapter, there's no power cord. It came with two AA batteries, which is a surprise because most things don't come with batteries. But this thing here is a handy little device, I guess, no pun intended. You can record 4 tracks, it has 2 built-in microphones, you can add 2 external XLR microphones to it. I don't know what that even means. I have a lot of research to do on this thing. You can record 4 tracks. You can. It's basically just a handy little recording device for on the go, on the road. So I need to get the accessory pack. What does that come with? It comes with the Harry windscreen. So if you're outside, the wind won't affect the recording microphones. It comes with the power plug. It comes with something called an attenuator. I guess you can hook it up to like a camera or a camcorder or whatever. I don't know what else to tell you about it. There's a bunch of YouTube videos about how to work the thing, and I watched 1 or 2 of them so far, but there's an hour-long one that I haven't gotten around to yet. But I'm excited to get the accessories. I'm excited to use this thing, figure out how it works exactly. It's a lot different than recording on the iPad with a $20 microphone. So I need to do a lot of research. I need to get a tripod for it so it's not sitting on the table and it won't pick up all the bumps and stuff. Because I do plan on recording it or using it to record the Rusted Robot when I go over to Josh and Kitty's house. And Josh is notorious for his leg shaking and bumping the table. So if it's on a tripod, it should pick up less vibrations and noises and whatnot. Now that's a little bit behind the scenes. I don't know if you care about that, but that's what's going on in my life. What else happened? We had Christmas. We had New Year's. Hey. One thing that happened was I asked Julie to marry me, and she said yes. So now we're engaged, and that's a thing. When are we getting married? Not a clue. No idea. We haven't really even discussed it. We just got engaged, and that's it so far. So yeah, that's what I got her for Christmas. I gave her a nice ring, and she was going to get the ring whether she said yes or not. So there you go. What else? The gifts that I receive as a mailman in most years are a lot better than they have been this last Christmas season. I got a few chocolates. I got like $40 and some Tim Hortons gift cards for the coffee shop. But normally there's lots and lots more. This is a new route, so maybe that's part of it. Maybe people are poor because of the lockdown. I don't know. I just know that it's been a hard slog at work this year. It hasn't been fun. Everybody's discovered online shopping, and the parcel volume has increased by a factor of 3 since, I'd say, last May or June. Not fun, but that's okay. It's my job. Whatever. I'll suffer and deal with it. I do now have access to 5 weeks of vacation instead of 4 because this coming April I'll have been there for 14 years, and every 7 years you get an extra week. So I started with 3, after 7 years I got 4, and now 14 years later 5 weeks. So if I can hold out for another 7 years, and then I'll get 6 weeks of vacation. So that's something to look forward to, isn't it? Oh boy, indeed it is. Can you tell by the excitement in my voice how happy and excited I am to work at the post office for another 7 years? Actually, I'm supposed to work there another 16 before I can retire. So that'll be another 2 weeks of vacation. I'll have 7 weeks of vacation. I don't know where I'll use it all. It'll can't go anywhere. Hopefully the lockdown's done by, 2036? We'll see. We'll see how this goes. I'm sure we'll have a new plague by then. So what I was thinking is starting up a new segment for the podcast called The Unpopular Opinion. I started it about a month or so ago on Rusted Robot, and I said something controversial. I can't remember what it was. So I was thinking of saying things that are triggering people, belligerent, not necessarily my views, but just something that's funny in a morbid way. So the other day I tweeted something along the lines of, sure, there's been a lot of deaths from COVID, but think of all the job opportunities people are going to have once the economy reopens. So see, that's morbid. That's amusingly bad. I don't know. What do you guys think? soulforgepodcast@gmail.com. Let me know. That's all I got for now, though, for unpopular opinions. It's just, there's something that I shouldn't say, so I tweeted it. Nobody looks at my tweets anyway, so it doesn't really matter. What else is going on? I was going to record this episode with a friend of mine. You know her. She's been on several episodes, Heather, but we couldn't get our schedules to work, and it's hard to get together with the lockdown and all the social distancing and all that stuff. But we discussed some ideas of what we were going to talk about. She recently got a new dog, so we were going to have an episode about animals, and maybe that'll come up in the future. But she did send me something called Gentle Goals for a New Year. Now, I wasn't going to talk about New Year's resolutions or anything because those are hard to make. Nobody keeps them. It doesn't really matter. But I just thought the meme that she sent me was really good, and I just wanted to talk to you guys about it. Guys and girls. I know, I'm trying to stop saying guys because that's not politically correct. Not that I've ever gone for political correctness, but I try to say folks instead of guys because it doesn't include all the females, and some people get upset by that, which I recently found out. So, hey gang, these are some gentle goals for a new year. Number 1, learn something new. That's a good piece of advice, I think. It's always good to learn something new. Tell people you love them. Yep, people like to be told that you love them. And there's memes that go around. Tell your friends you love them. Tell them often. Make it weird. It doesn't say that in this meme here, but that's a thing you can do. Set healthy boundaries. That's important. Don't take any crap from people that, anybody really. I was going to say from people that you don't deserve to take crap from, but you don't deserve to take crap from anybody. So set those healthy boundaries. Here's one. Get outside when you can. Yep, that's true. They say that walking 10 to 15,000 steps a day is healthy. I don't know if that's true. I haven't done any research on it, of course. But I looked at my step count last Thursday. What was that? That was New Year's Eve day. And I had mail delivery that day, and I did 25,000 steps. So no wonder I'm miserable. I'm walking past the daily recommended dose of steps. Another one here. Be truthful. Yep. Radical honesty. Embrace it. Here's another one. Read good books. That's right. Don't waste your time reading crappy books. It's a waste of time. Sing in the shower. Okay. I don't do that, but lots of people do. Here's one. Allow your feelings to breathe. What does that mean? I'm not sure, but it sounds like good advice. Be delighted by small things. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Take responsibility. Ooh, that's sometimes difficult to do. Practice seeing goodness. Yeah, see the goodness in things. That's not always easy, especially when you're miserable because your job sucks and you walk 25,000 steps a day. But I do try to practice seeing the goodness in things. It's not always easy, but I do my best. Oh, here's one that's important. Speak kindly to yourself, because I know a lot of us have negative thoughts all the time in our heads, and that's a hard habit to get out of. Here's one. And I did this a lot this past weekend. Spend time being lazy. And what that basically means is allow your body to rest. We don't always have to be busy. We don't always have to be doing things. Sometimes you can just relax, and that's okay. Here's another one. Remember your dreams. That's not easy to do. I don't remember many of my dreams lately. I used to have very vivid dreams, but lately I don't know. I just don't. I don't remember much of anything. And the last one on the list that Heather sent me was stay compassionate and hopeful. And yes, that's definitely very good advice. Do that. Compassionate and hopefulness and all those things are good to have in your life. And basically, everything on that list is pretty good, I think. What else is going on? Now, I don't know if all of you people there go to the website and download episodes, or you do it from iTunes or whatever they're calling to Apple Podcasts, or if you're listening to us on Spotify or Pandora or TuneIn or Stitcher or any of those things. But if you do go to the website for every episode that I produce, and you can also go to esonetwork.com and see the episode art as well. So each episode has a title page or cover art, or I don't even know what you call it. It's a little thumbnail that says the episode title and the number of the episode and all that kind of stuff. So what I do as I scroll through Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or any of that stuff is if I see a cool picture that would make good episode art for the future, I save it to my camera roll in my phone, and I've got like 7 or 8 of those right now. The one I'm going to use, I saved on August 17th of last year, so it's been waiting in my phone for quite a while, and it's a picture of a man, and he's standing on a bottle. It's a green bottle, and he's trying to pry the cap off of the glass bottle with, it looks like a stick. So obviously it's not a real picture, it's just something fun. So the guy's trying to take the bottle off. So I'm saying what this is he's uncorking the new year. And that's the title of this episode, or something along that lines. I haven't made the meme yet. But if you go to soulforgepodcast.com or esonetwork.com and you want to see all the episode art for all the different episodes, you can certainly do that. Because I don't believe that shows up in any of the other things like Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, TuneIn, whatever else I said, wherever else we are, Google Play. I don't even know where all the podcasts can be found, but they're there. So anyway, it's a man prying the cap off of a bottle, so he's uncorking the new year, and that's what we're all doing here. We're uncorking the new year. We're going to see what 2021 brings. At the beginning of last year, I called the first episode 2020 Vision because I'm friggin' clever like that. And I talked about all the hopes and dreams that I had for the podcast for the coming year. Obviously, none of that panned out because we had a huge pandemic and it threw everything into chaos. Yet I still managed to put out a podcast every week for you gang, for you folks, for you people out there in podcast land. And I know you appreciated it. I know that not everybody writes in, but I did get feedback from Richard from Australia. I did get feedback from Bill and several other people as well. And that's awesome. I love feedback. soulforgepodcast@gmail.com. Don't forget to leave a 5-star review in the podcatcher of your choice. I think that's everything that I had to discuss on my list for this episode. If you have topic suggestions, you can always leave an email for us. For me, they're not for us. It's just me here. It's just me. Sometimes there's guests. Sometimes there's not. So soulforgepodcast@gmail.com. You can leave a comment on the Facebook page, on the episode links. Check out the memes. That's facebook.com/soulforgepodcast, I believe. I'm on Instagram at Darth Vaderloo. Of course, you know all the social media links are at soulforgepodcast.com. If you'd like to support the show, of course, go to the link on the website. It's coffee.com/rustedsoul. You can leave a $3 coffee or more. What else can you do? You can check us out on YouTube. All the places that are there, I guess. I don't know what else to tell you. If you've been listening for the last 3.5 years, you know all of this stuff anyway. Hope you guys and girls out there in podcast land are having a great start of your new year. I've been thinking of different topics, different ideas, different guests, and I would love for your support, your feedback, your participation. That would be a great goal to have in 2021. As always, I do an and remember, and I was thinking of saying, and remember, I'm stuck on Band-Aid brand because Band-Aid brand is stuck on me, but that's not really Soulforge-ish. It's been stuck in my head the last 3 days. I don't know why. I haven't seen that or heard that commercial in years, but there it is. There you have it. Anyway, I hope this was an exciting, enjoyable episode. I'm a little bit out of practice because it has been about 3 weeks since I recorded an episode. I am going to go prepare for Julie's birthday this coming Tuesday, which is actually 2 days ago now that you're listening to this. So I have some birthday prep to take care of, some presents to wrap up, that kind of stuff. But once again, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Thanks for listening. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for doing all the things. Take care, and remember, there is no shame in making mistakes while trying to figure things out. The goal is to live a fulfilling life, not a perfect one. Thank you for listening to another episode of the Soul Forge Podcast. Your support is greatly appreciated, and we hope you'll tune in again next time. Remember that you can visit soulforgepodcast.com for all of our social media links, and don't forget to share the show with everyone you know. The Soul Forge Podcast is your best source for living your best life.
Think about it.
This has been a broadcast of the ESO Network. Be part of the crew and help support our shows by donating to our ESO Patreon or by shopping at the TeePublic store, which can all be found at www.esonetwork.com. The ESO Network, your station for all things geek.